Thank you, Alistair. We have an amazing panelist here today. I'm Rucy Phansalkar, and I work with Entity Data Business Solutions. I'm really excited to hear from my speakers on this virtual summit called Transform 21, Experience the New Wave of Digital. Let's dive in the discussion. The pandemic has proven to be the biggest challenge and the biggest accelerator for smart manufacturing and digital transformation for industries. Many manufacturers have accelerated their digital transformation journey by deploying new technologies like AI tools, edge technologies, data lakes, advanced technologies, analytics, and robotics. However, digital transformation goes beyond tools and technologies. It includes people, processes, and things. Additionally, manufacturers from different industries are leveraging the information and data from a wide range of manufacturing processes to structure new business models and improve operational efficiencies and lower their operation costs. Here I present my first question on the topic. How would you define a modern digital enterprise and how manufacturers score over their non-digital peers? I will start with Mr. Iyer, sir. Advanced technologies, tools can be there, but what makes an enterprise sufficient is the integrated business processes with integrated application. Iyer, sir, we want to know more from you.
Thanks for inviting me. Let us try to understand directly into the topic. The important factor for modern digital enterprises, first is convergence. IT and OT are converging, number one. Number two, we are adapting cloud. It means we are leveraging the elasticity. These two are very critical for manufacturing kind of environment. So we never, during last 2 years, if you see, the adoption is happening more in manufacturing with respect to the points which I have told. To answer to your second part of the question, scoring over the non-digital peers. See, as far manufacturing is concerned, digital was there, but it was not consumed for many reasons, maybe because of less knowledge or maybe because of insufficient technology available. But scoring over non-digital as compared to how we are going to leverage and then go extract the business benefits out of it is rather more critical than of non-digital peers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Iyer, sir. I will now go to Mr. Vijay, sir. So tell us how you define a modern digital enterprise.
Hello, thanks again for the opportunity. If you look at we are talking about integrating the shop floor to top floor, because at the end of the day, what is happening in the shop floor, it's not captured at all, and it's the top floor, the senior management will not be having insights to take the decision. We are a machine tools manufacturing company sitting on tons of data coming from machines. We want to monetize that. That's why the practice of IoT came. Now, what is happening? We converted our factory into a smart factory, whereby the IoT data taken from our machines is captured in the cloud. Like I don't want to name the service provider, but it's in cloud, and then we are monetizing that data to take the informed decisions. We know who is the operator, where the components, how the setup time has happened, all this information, which is not actually captured in any ERP per se, because that is the end result is captured in the ERP, but minute details, even when the spindle is going and if it's a stop to hit, can we prevent? We stop that before, so that we prevent it, we reduce the maintenance, improve the productivity. Similarly, the skillful operator, if the operator is actually skilled, then only the machine itself will work. All these kind of IoT innovations we conducted in our organization. As that is matured, we actually carved out the team and created a new company called M2 Next. Now, not only we are consuming that things, you are talking about, non-digital other manufacturer peers. We are actually selling this as a product now. That is become a revenue stream separately for us. That is why we created a legal entity. So gone are those days we can say, no, we are only a manufacturer. No, that is actually enabled us to get into the IoT sphere, Industry 4.0 sphere, and now we carved out, and now that is a separate line of business which is giving us revenue. Similarly, in our customer places, we implemented this IoT with a chip and a SIM card. We are taking data from them. We can predict their maintenance issues. Instead of they are calling us, say that our machine is down, we are saying that this is going to likely to happen. The pre-failure alerts we are giving, so that we push our service components materials near to the customer faster to reduce their downtime. Then also we can also tell them, okay, this setup, your productivity will be improved. This set of people are doing better for you. And we are talking about the customers, employees. So like that, we go towards the customer using the technology. That is why we call it's not even digital enterprise. We can smart manufacturing, smart factories we are talking about.
That's wonderful to know. You have gathered all your experience and converted into a business opportunity for yourself and helping all manufacturing companies in India. That's a wonderful thing to do. And what makes enterprise modern is the capability to embrace the change, identifying and seeing new business opportunity. And you are on the track, sir. Absolutely. So, Venkat, sir, what is your opinion of a modern digital enterprise?
Yeah, good afternoon. In fact, my previous speakers, panelists have touched upon IoT and AI and things like that. So one of the things, if you take the manufacturing industry per se, 20 years back, actually even the manufacturing module in a ERP system is not connected. In fact, what is connected is other than manufacturing because it's complicated. So in ERP also not connected. Now the base level is now all the modules of manufacturing systems got connected. That's one. Second thing, now moving from the base level of ERP, we are now connected with IoT as well as AI and also robots. So how all three things can converge into a manufacturing excellence, I would say, in terms of operational efficiency or regulatory compliance, or I would say minimum disruption in production process. If you take it, I want to give a small example. In COVID times, what the industry has actually adopted is the additive manufacturing, which is a new concept, because three things happening. One is design. Previously, in the traditional manufacturing, the design process was much complex, whereas in additive manufacturing, it is more use of database, AI tools, and then it becomes simpler. And second thing is on sustainability, the additive manufacturing is doing great, whereas the environment connect for the traditional manufacturing was little, downwards. And then distributed manufacturing was possible in the new technology, whereas it was more of centralized manufacturing process in the traditional manufacturing. And with all these things, I would say the operational efficiency of the machines as well as men have improved by 10 to 15%. And also the real-time decision making is happening. Thereby, we can optimize the inventory levels. We can increase the productivity levels of people as well as machine. And also we can touch base the customers very fast. And also in terms of inward materials, what is coming to the factory, we could implement the JIT just in time, rather than you keep hold excessive stocks, which is actually some stocks also out of stocks happening. So when you connect all the system as well as with the AI tools, we can predict. And also we implemented the forecasting systems, which is 24 months. It is not just 12 months. Why? Because the seasonality also, the AI tools helps us how the manufacturing process can, able to improve the efficiency with the right accurate forecasting. So these are all the few things we have done. Of course, with the non-manufacturers, which is non-digital manufacturer, they have the database, don't have this kind of connectivity of IoT, AI, and things like that. Definitely, they have shortfall with this. Thank you.
Oh, additive manufacturing. I think our audience are taking these notes. Thank you, sir,
Yes.
for sharing this key information. Thank you, sir. So becoming a modern digital business has much to do with how people and team work together. It's bringing the technological change, making an organizational adjustment, and breaking down the functional barriers that we had, and allow technology to feed into strategic decision making, enable the entire enterprise to mobilize around a single ultimate goal, which is creating customer experience. That brings me to my next question, which is how can manufacturers enhance customer experience and innovation through adaptive and intelligent solutions? I will start with Vijay sir this time.
Yeah, actually, being a machine tools manufacturers, our customers are, they'll be investing in a larger machines and they'll be coming physically to check and verify this before accepting the delivery. But you know what happened since last years, this COVID. But this is a challenge and as well as an opportunity. Now, what we have done is we have, we tied up with a partner for multiple camera angles and shown to the customer so that he will feel as if he's seeing inside the machine in a real time. So instead of they traveling and risking their life and all the protocols of travel and all these things, they sit from their place, interact with our shop floor teams, see how the machine is built at the various stages, because they have to approve each stage. They have to approve because our machines, it's a heavy and very high capex involved actually. So various they have to approve all these things, documents, everything is stored in this platform. So they in real time they can see inside the machine also how the component is been getting set up. Everything they will see in real time. Then they will approve. Based on the approval, then we will be going to. Actually, before COVID, I would say, they will be coming at least 3-4 times to our factory at the various stages. Now it is COVID. I would say yes, it's a big sad thing, but still it has given us opened a lot of.
I think there is a video lag. We'll wait for a minute for Vijay sir to come back. Sure. So this term customer experience is used to be relevant in all consumer industries, such as retail, but not anymore. With products getting commoditized, CX has become a key differentiator. It's blurring the boundaries between products and services. Selling products as a service is necessitating that manufacturers engage with customers continuously, even after sales. So engaging customers, keeping them informed, creating online marketplace that enable discovery and self-service, and investing in post-sale services are areas that have gained strategic importance these days. So Venkat sir, your organization does a lot of maintenance, repair services, and you also have a Go remote app and also remote support. How have you been enhancing customer experience and innovation through these adaptive and intelligent solutions?
Yeah, thank you. See, one of the things we have developed even actually pre-COVID times is the service app, because we have almost installed almost 8,000 to 10,000 installation we have made. So the connectivity is also an issue, if you are not connecting through app. So we have developed an app which is actually cut down the overall cycle time of approval from 30 days to 3 days. So it's online, so the service technician can go to the site and take photos and immediately he will upload and then send it through the app, his mobile phone, and then his service manager, wherever he is just sees it and approves. Previously, he has to come to the office, upload the photos, and then take email approvals. It takes long time. But now we have cut down with the service app, and also the customer friendly, because every service engineer as well as the customers, they use the app and they can also see the progress of the complaint nature. So where are we, and how it is going to solve, and what time it is going to complete it. So every information is available on the app. That's one thing. Second thing, I think Mr. Vijay also mentioned about the chip. We are also actually, along with pumps, we are also sending the chip whereby the data of the pump, operational data, we are also monitoring if there is a preventive checks or if there is some improvement needs to be done. We call the customer and tell them this is what the improvement we have to make it, and we go ahead and make it. So that all the monitoring and maintenance, everything is done through AI as well as the completely with the connected IoT data. So which connects the customer's pump wherever we install the pump and our database, and we do preventive maintenance. That's also one of the big customer experience, I would say. These two things we have done. One is the service app, and second thing is the preventive maintenance. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Connected pumps is really sounding interesting. I mean, nobody would have guessed that there could be so much of advanced technologies going behind a pump.
That's
Thank
correct.
you so much, sir. I would like to continue Mr. Vijay, sir, because he was sharing a lot of good information about the enhancing customer experience at VFW. So because of internet issue, we got disconnected. Can you continue, sir?
Yeah. Also, as I said, this heavy capex machineries, it takes times to travel to the customer place. For example, from Bangalore to Chandigarh. I'm just giving an example. What we have made is all our machines will be having a GPS tracker, and the customer will be in a real time. He'll be seeing where it is actually traveling, and what is the best route that is being predefined. If there is a deviation, if there is a struck by the driver somewhere, we immediately call and see why it is getting delayed. Similarly, when it is approaching, let's say 50 kilometers from the customer place, information will goes to all the stakeholders, because the service team will be ready for the installation and commissioning. Our service team, customer also will be ready with this unloading the Hamali and all these people. So we'll be in a real time. They will be giving updates to the customer. So once it reaches to him, his proximity, they will be ready. Otherwise, it will be surprised. Then he will be in anxious, he is investing a few crores, and what is happening, where the machine is coming, when it will be like that. So to avoid all these things, we are giving a real-time tracking. Each our machine shipment will be carrying the GPS device. That, by the way, that GPS device, hardware, software, everything is been developed in-house actually by our team. Only we are taking a SIM card from the telcos. Otherwise, it's fully developed by BFW and M2 Next team. And this is travel along with that, so that it can be traced actually. That is one. As Mr. Venkataraman was saying, we also gone with a mobile app, so that field service, when we are having a customer service module in our S4 HANA. From there, the tickets will be flowing to the service engineer in the mobile app. He can go, he can do all the things, and he will be having a knowledge base also. Then he'll be taking a field service report. He'll be digitally doing it with photos attached, everything. With the customer signature also will be taken in the same mobile phone, normal smartphone actually, and that will be updated back into this. This is in progress right now actually.
Thank you so much, sir. So now we are getting into real business, where cost plays a very important role in our operations. A day when we have a dedicated machine is dead, everything comes to a standstill. Industrial IoT is an amalgamation of various technologies like machine learning, big data, sensor data, cloud integration, machine automation, and many more. These technologies are being employed in areas like predictive, proactive maintenance, real-time monitoring, resource optimization, supply chain visibility, enabling the plant managers to minimize the downtime and enhance their process efficiency. Today, I'm very happy that we have Vijay sir, who has organized, helping the Indian manufacturers, industries go smarter by offering solutions for higher productivity and efficiency. So we would like to know more about the initiatives that you have taken, how you have maintained the cost of maintenance go down and operations efficiencies going high.
As I briefed earlier, all our machines are remotely monitored by our service team. So any pre-failure alerts that also we can be given to the suppose our customer, irrespective of where they are, because many are our MNCs, they could be spread across geographies. They can see their plants in real time and see what is happening in the plant. We can also measure. We are giving through this our IoT process. We are giving them dashboards saying that, okay, what is our productivity? What is our operational status of each plant? In that each plant, what is the machine level, what is happening, shift level, what is happening. We also giving them insights like who is a better supervisor or better operator for them. They are not our employees or resources, but the way they are handling, are they doing first time right? Are they doing, the setup is very important. If the setup is wrong, the components will go wrong. Then they lose. It is not our fault. Technically, if you ask me, it is not BMW machine's fault, but the user's fault. But we go to the extra mile, say that this is how if you do, your productivity will improve, your quality will improve. So this actually enables our end customers to maintain their business better, which in turn reduces the rework cost for them. This way, we are also, suppose unskilled operators, suppose a person is skilled, we are certified, only he can operate the machine, but he moves away and put a novice or a contract labor. There is a proximity alert. It will not allow. The system will not work actually. It will stop. Say that only that person who is as a whitelisted for that to operate can be taken and take for that. Similarly, in our operations, if you look at, we have implemented a QR code, a GRN, when the goods received from that end, I'm saying from end to end, we'll be scanning it. And when we are posting it to the particular machine, we'll be using a tablets and smartphones to scan and post it so that it uploads everywhere. And this data is being transferred to our CM module also, so that the high value materials will be having an end-to-end traceability from vendor to our end customer. By this way, we can control and reduce maintenance, also ensure that cost is coming down, because we will ship exactly before even failures or before exact parts. There will not be any confusions, there will not be any delays or customer. So we are actually putting it the way it's a customer experience for that actually.
Thank you so much, sir. So JBM is a 4-decade-old company, and almost every vehicle manufacturer in the country have JBM inside, like we have Intel inside. So India is a very cost-sensitive country and very highly competitive market. In this situation, Iyer sir, how you ensure that maintenance and operating costs are controlled and you stay ahead you stay within the budgets?
See, we have a different approach because all our customers are bigger than us. We have to understand this. Number two, our business is JIT always. We get a window of 20 minutes every 2 hours or 4 hours to deliver the goods. This also means we do not have enough space within our plant to store the goods. Having said this, we are not only bothered about downtime of the machine, we are over and above bothered about how effectively machine is not being used. That visibility is also more important than of if machine is down, we have answer to the customer boss. Because of this, we are not in a position to give the produced, or we could not produce. But machine is also up. It is also not down, but not being utilized properly. The efficiency of that particular machine, that visibility when we get, that will help in 3 ways. Number one, increase productivity. Number two, reducing the downtime. Yes, as far prediction is concerned, we need to, because it will take more time for us to do the prediction part, because we are just learning the process of 15 months and different kind of environment, like if it is summer, if it is winter, or if it is in between, how machine functions, that set of records needs to be worked out, and then only we will be in a position to predict. But the visibility of where our efficiency is not going up to the level is going to help us reducing the downtime, increasing the productivity. That is rather more crucial for us, because we procure machine and then we manufacture using the machine, and then we ensure our end customers are. That is number one. Number two, if you look into the other aspect, the people who are operating, if they are not there, then the productivity goes down. That is also one of the reasons, or the machine downtime happens because of the absence of the employee who is responsible to produce. So using the surveillance camera, we ensure to increase the reduce the downtime. We monitor the employee and give the right person the right information at the right time, so that the corrective action can be taken before it goes down. So our process is a bit different from what others have done, but yes, it's very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So reducing maintenance cost is always about managing your maintenance strategy and planning more efficiently. I'll ask Mr. Venkat sir, what smart technologies have they adopted in GRUNDFOS?
Yeah, one of the things during the pandemic time, if you really see, the installation and commissioning was a challenge, because we have to call people from the overseas, and the travel is banned, they cannot come, and if you are not actually calling them in person, then the warranty may not be available, because the original equipment manufacturer only have to come and install. So this is some kind of challenge we faced. So what we did is we have adopted the remote technology of installation and commissioning of machineries. And even not only us, I think many industries, particularly one industry I heard, a dairy farm, they have invested almost 500 crores. And the customer demand was there even in the pandemic times, but they could not start production because the installation not done. But whereas they could do a remote, they have accepted the what you call seller, overseas seller, they have accepted, okay, we can go ahead with the remote installation and commissioning, whereby our local engineers have supported and then did the installation. So this is one of the, I would say, thing which is going on during the pandemic time, where through the IoT and through the remote location and through the internet, IoT, all these things, we adopted the technology and then completed the installation, number one. Second thing, on the maintenance of all the plant, we have developed one software which actually talks about the life of the machines, and then and also when it is comes for a preventive maintenance, and what are all the things we need to do in advance, so that the disruption in the production process is minimized. And also we are a company which has got a discrete lean manufacturing methods, whereby we have actually minimized the wastages and then defects as well as the overproduction. So all these things we have minimized, so that the life of the machines has improved over a period of time. So these are all the few things we have done.
Thank you, sir. I think maintenance cost takes the larger chunk of your cost, and if we are adopting to smarter technologies, we are able to prevent all this cost and gain a lot of efficiencies. So having an efficient supply chain is a key factor for all well-functioning businesses. But supply chain management in manufacturing is even more critical. Better visibility into complex supply chains translates to fewer disruptions, increased customer satisfaction, and lower the cost. We need a supply chain management technologies which provide near real-time data about logistics and supply chain operations. Let me ask Vijay sir, what are the key factors that will help manufacturers to gain visibility across the entire value chain of supply?
I will go more of a fundamentals. First thing is I would say clean master data. Why this is happening? We are an engineering company. We keep doing innovations in our products, and this will be keep coming. If this is not communicated properly to the supplier or the buyer group, what will happen? They will be releasing a purchase orders with a older revision level, which will come back here and will not be using it actually eventually. So I would say we implemented S4HANA last year. Before that, we were having a huge, master data of around 600,000. When we actually took along with the implementation, when we cleaned up, this actually came down at 68,000. It's almost 10% of the original thing. So after that, we implemented the revisions and this master data management from entity data tool. This is the first thing I would say, because if we are doing something and we are placing an order in something else, this whole thing will go for a toss. Then the second thing what we did is, after this, we are having incoming orders and demand forecast. With that, we are running a real-time MRP on daily basis, enabling the buyers to provide actual purchase orders or schedule agreements to our suppliers. On top of it, since our operational plan will be very fluidic, it will keep changing. We have introduced something called a whitelisting. So even though the MRP is there, even though we are given a schedule or a purchase order, we have created a whitelist and communicate to the supplier, only these materials should come in. So that is having its own QR code. Once the supplier is bringing that material, he has to only tell us this number, whitelist number. Then the system will automatically upload the GR and all this thing. The same way we have to, the other side of the story, supply chain, I'm saying the whole value chain, the customer side. Customers are always fronted with our sales team. If they are capturing some information, that has to go to the entire stakeholders like sourcing or operations. For example, there is a LD class. If the LD class is there, but that information is not passed to the operations or sourcing team, they will not prioritize for this order. And we will be ending up paying money to unnecessarily. We'll tied up all these knots actually, this information flows from supplier side till the customer side, the vice versa. So we prioritize on this based on these factors, revisions, all these things. So ensure that we are doing the whole thing in an optimal time as well as in the cost and money.
Yeah, I think you said clean up your master data, do whitelisting, and have integrated applications which will have consistent data throughout your systems. Thank you so much, sir. So to increase the supply chain visibility, you must gather and disseminate the data timely and with relevant supply chain data across the organization, making sure that it is analyzed and acted upon. So yes, sir, can you enlighten us on these factors that will help manufacturing organization gain visibility across the entire value chain?
See, if you look into, we have somewhere around 4,000 suppliers across India supplying goods. And we have less customers because OEMs are very few. But if you look into the whole process of JET, unless we get the raw material at the right time, for that we use different landscape. One, we use supplier portal where ASN is happening, so we know that at what time what good is going to come. Number two, we know which vehicle is also coming, which is carrying, which truck is coming. And number three, when we are doing manufacturing, scrap is also getting generated. Then those scrap also should go out. It means because of JET, every 2 hours of movement will be there from our premise to the customer premise. So the complexity, if you look into, the maximum complexity is there because of the business model. Because of COVID, what we have done is we have done everything manless, starting from We know what vehicle is going to come. We have automatic number plate reading related solution will be deployed. So if the right vehicle is coming, the gate will get opened automatically. So once it is coming inside, RFID based solutions we have deployed. So at any point of time, we know what is the truck turnaround time, because how much time this truck is within our plant, for what reasons, and we also know why it is there. If it is not there, we do analysis and then try to find how we can improve. To make it more meaningful, because of pandemic, we have ensured that there should not be any manual data entry with respect to scrap which is being weighed onto the weighbridge. That weighbridge automation also we know that, so that no one is required at the weighbridge, so that we can eliminate the employee who was there, one person per shift. We got eliminated that also. So most of the things was developed in-house, and with the normal camera, which was earlier used for the surveillance purposes, we converted everything to ensure the supply chain process more strengthened to give business benefits. This is one of the solutions which I have explained, which is more related to supply chain. In manufacturing, we have used, but let us not touch now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think pandemic has really accelerated all the initiatives that we would have taken maybe at least in 2 or 3 years' time. But it has really given us a push to become digital right now. So we have heard about the operation efficiencies that can be brought about by technology, the financial reductions brought in by going digital, but we have to be also aware of the data carbon footprint and the environmental impact that these technologies bring to us. An increasing reliance on digital tools has an environmental impact, and it is becoming really, really hard to ignore. So I'll ask Mr. Venkat sir, how can manufacturers drive financial and operational efficiency while minimizing this data footprint?
Yeah, it's a good question. To start with, actually, we were finding much problems, as well as we use a lot of spreadsheets and printouts and things like that on forecasting. And we have almost 6 to 7 regions across Pan India as well as overseas entities. So getting a data as well as and also mind-boggling data from the secondary market, from the dealers and distributors, as well as master distributors, what kind of forecasting, all these things. So it was a nightmare. So but what we did is we did a simple solution of having a digital system whereby we started capturing the rolling base of 24 months, so that it would become a push for both carbon footprint, because it's all on digital mode. And second thing is also it would give you a very good impact on supply chain, because supply chain actually it starts from what is the exact demand from the customer. So we do a lot of work internally on the supply chain, but that is not sufficient, because ultimately we need to see what is the exact requirement, which month, what product from the customers. So these are all seamlessly connected, and then we get the information last week of every month, and this is a rolling basis. So that means 24 months it gets rolled down every month basis. So this is, since it is done in systems, one is it has improved the supply chain efficiency and also the footprint, because we never use paper on this. Second, on sustainability, we have implemented the lean manufacturing, so whereby we are actually focusing on conserving water as well as conserving energy. In fact, we actually manufacture intelligent pumps. That means when it goes to the customer need not actually physically go and switch on, switch off. So it automatically, actually we have a system whereby wherever he is, he can do that activity through the IoT systems. So thereby we are actually having a carbon footprint through the sustainability reduction on both energy as well as on power. So that's on the manufacturing side. Coming to our efficiency in terms of operational efficiency. We have improved the both production process as well as the inventory optimization through the lean manufacturing, and also this rolling forecast, which helps us to have just in time from the suppliers. Apart from that, we have also have this GPS connectivity, and is also we implemented the e-invoicing, whereby we are not taking any print of that. So these are all the few methods and few techniques we are using for the carbon footprint.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for being so responsible towards our environment. I think the generations will really thank us for taking this small but very meaningful steps.
And one more information here also, we are having a green building in Chennai. It was constructed in 2005. We are the first one in Chennai to have a green building manufacturing setup.
Wonderful. So we need manufacturers and consumers and all this digital service providers to make the right decisions when it comes to environmental impact for our increasing digital lives. So I go to my next question, which is a very, very important topic. That is the cost of ownership of this advanced, smart, modern technologies. And I will direct my question to Mr. Iyer, sir. So how will advanced system help manufacturers reduce the overall cost of ownership? Over to you, sir.
Yes, I will illustrate with the example. See, for example, what we wanted as a nutshell in manufacturing, we do not produce what cannot be used, number one. It means 100% right quality should get produced. That's number one. Number two, at any point of time, if you are in a position to identify if at all it goes wrong, you should be in a position to trace it back where it went wrong. Number three, when you are supplying to the customer, it should not come back because of any reasons. Having said this, why I'm relating this to the question which you are trying to ask is the cost, whatever you are spending, if you are in a position to bring the ROI of the solution which you are deploying. I will give a small example. When we were in pandemic situation, the customer were panic that how I know that you are manufacturing my product, because in one factory we are producing more than one customers. That's number one. Number two, when we were doing manufacturing, we had less people available. The right kind of people less were available because the quality inspectors were very critical for our kind of business, because nothing should go beyond our factory. What we did was all related to visual inspection based solutions we developed in-house in the span of 3 to 4 months. And then we replaced all manually 35 different kinds of quality checks system started doing. It means all 100% quality produced goods are going to supplier, that's to customer. Number two, during the whole process, we found that the process of eliminating the unwanted work which we were doing, we could understand the quality people were doing around 40% of the work which they were not supposed to do for various traditional reasons we were doing. So when you are trying to give value to the business, you will have a cakewalk in getting the remaining things happen. Not only that, we have ensured that manpower productivity is also correlated with the manufacturing which we have done as far quantity per shift is concerned. Over and above OEE, OEE is a standard one, but we try to correlate with which employee is doing what, how good he is doing, how bad he is doing. When we could do that, this is possible only because of technology. And 2 years back, if you asked me, I might have not thought about all these things. So in a way, if you look at it, yes, this is going to be more beneficial. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So from manual to manless, I think technology is really helping us to eliminate defects, eliminate any additional cost that is caused by manual errors.
It was forced, basically, but we learned it fast.
Yes, thank you. So we have covered all our key questions of the panel. I'm sure we have a lot of questions coming from from the audience. So let's take them one by one. I will open it up for you and you can nominate yourself. The first question goes like this. How has modern technology like AI, ML, etc. helped the manufacturing industry transform? So who wants to? Okay, sir.
Okay, see, when we are trying to train quality, 35 different kinds of defects, when it is there, within a span of 2 seconds, we are identifying all 35. This could be possible because of AI. Yes. Because, in the beginning, the training process, we started off with 60% accuracy, and then we moved somewhere around 94%. This could not be possible if we have not used AI as a platform with respect to quality, and 100% doing that continuously is an issue with the if any individual person is doing. That is number two. When we are trying to identify the parts which we are supposed to assemble, human is doing that. If you are missing something, the system is in a position to do the capturing the missing links, whatever we have done, and then we are in a position to save it is because of AI. So using more AI with respect to quality is yielding more result for our kind of industry.
Thank you, sir. I'm to my next.
Maybe I can add one.
Yes, sir.
One information on IoT. Actually, all the machines are getting connected, so that the defects as well as the preventive maintenance is actually one of the things done by all manufacturing industries. Apart from that, there is a connectivity between the seller and the buyer. That's manufacturing industry, they connect to the customer through IoT platform. Thereby, they are also monitoring the products what they sold, particularly if you take our industry, it's a pumps. So we are monitoring and then we take a course correction in advance. So that's also IoT plays a very crucial role apart from AI. I think what is explained by Krishna. Thank you.
Thanks for your addition, sir. So I move to my next question, which is goes like this. What benefits will Industry 5.0 bring in for the manufacturing industry? Any volunteers? Yes, Vijay, sir?
Yeah. See, actually, we are still evolving, I would say. We are yet to reach that level of 5.0. Because I think still COVID has actually made it faster, but still people are catching up in 4.0 itself. Actually, that has to mature and evolve, because without sustaining it, if you keep jumping, and it may fail big. That's what I feel, because anything has to be sustained, learn from it, evolve, so that it will be in a long run we can do it. We want to run a marathon, not a 100-meter sprint anywhere. Yeah. So it's evolving, and also the connectivity challenges we are facing today. Now 5G will be coming soon, and that will be improving, because we'll be connecting more devices. As I said earlier, in our IoT tool, we are actually doing lot of devices, and we are taking it from data from that. It's evolving. Yes, it will evolve, but it will take time. That's what I feel.
To contribute, if you see the manufacturing base, we are at remote places. I'm still in doubt whether we are going to get 5G at those remote areas. The 4.0 itself, some of the places we are facing bigger challenges, but it should be better as far as technology is concerned. If you look into the deployment perspective, it should get matured with time.
Thank you, sir. I think there's a last question. And for interest of time, we will not take more questions. So We have audience asking, what are the best practices to leverage the full potential of Industry 4.0?
Yeah, I will try to contribute here. Number one, you should know what you have, what you are not consuming. Pandemic has taught us for more than 20 years, we had the data within our machine. We never consumed it. So let us not try to invent, let us try to consume what we have today. During that process, we have learned we should have adapted a better technology. That learning will come by way of consuming the already available team, the sourcing team of machine. If I'm going to source any new machines, now I know what are all different parameters I was supposed to consider at the time of procurement. It was not happening. If it had happened, if I consumed those data before, I might have procured a better machine, to be very honest. So let us not try to do anything more. Start with what is available. In 12 months' time, you will come to know that what you should do automatically, it will teach you. Thank you.
That was very helpful, sir. So here we have come to the end of our panel discussion. Any closing note? I will request my panelists to unmute and give some closing note, and I will hand it to Alistair again.
Yeah, I will start. See, you have to be proactive, number one. Number two, fail fast. Number three, if you have a right ROI, otherwise don't go for any IoT. The jargons will make you uncomfortable for future. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would say, at the end of the day, we should be aligned to customer centric. Whatever innovations we can do, it's not just for sake of technology, but customer is willing to pay. If they are not doing it, it's only we'll be making it for our own satisfaction, or we are just burning the money. At the end of the day, it has to be monetized, because we are not doing any charity. For example, I said the GPS tracking, what we did. Yes, it's a technology, anybody can do it, but will it improve my customer satisfaction? Will the customer will appreciate that? Will he be able to monetize that? Unless if that is not happening, we cannot sustain, we cannot do that. So at the end of the day, somebody has to pay. That is very important.
It's very true. Venkat sir?
Yeah, I would like to add, one is lean manufacturing. Of course, that's a common for all the industries. Second thing is the demand planning from the customer perspective. If it is based on AI based, that would be great, because that would drive actually the production process, what kind of products you are going to produce at the plant, what time and what quantity, and what is the thing you are going to source based on this. So entire gamut of the supply chain lies with what is the demand. So if that is having a AI tool, that would be a best bet for both to increase the operational efficiency as well as the financially also. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm really amazed with the stories, with the strategies shared by all my panelists. I'm sure my audience is equally amazed. Thank you so much. I'm really thankful for you to join us today in your taking time from your busy schedule. And I thank you from all my customers for attending, my audience for attending today. Thank you, sir, and have a good day.